Hi, I just wanted to say a little bit about the 5 pictures I chose for this weekend. One of my friend's daughters, Carol, had cancer when she was little, 6, 7, 8 years old, 7 I think, and she beat it, and now she's 22 and it came back, and she has about, I think, 3 months they expect left, and she and her high school sweetheart decided to get married this weekend. So these are some of the pictures I captured. This one, she was holding her friend's newborn, and I asked her ahead of time if she minded if I posted the pictures with her hair loss showing, or if she wanted me to Photoshop and fill pictures in, and she said no, this is me, and everyone knows this is who I am, and I want them left as they are. So anyway, what I love about this picture, I'm going to try not to cry, I cried enough yesterday, the fact that she's looking down at the baby, and you could see that she's her hair's coming back after her chemo, and knowing she's going to be gone in a few months, and she's just holding this brand new life and has the biggest grin on her face, because there's something about holding a newborn that just gives you warm fuzzies, and everything else in the world disappears. And this was a moment in her room before she started getting ready. Let me tell you the info about this picture. I didn't use a flash. This was in a hotel room, and to the right side of the photo there was a huge window, so I had opened the curtains to let the natural light pour in. This was taken at ISO 640, my 16 to 35 millimeter, shutter speed 1/80th of a second, and the aperture was 2.8, and it was at focal length was 35 millimeters. Okay, then the next picture is Carol walking down the aisle after she had extensions added when her hair was done, and her father's passed away, so this is her uncle. They're about to enter the ceremony, and I liked the repetitive pattern of the arches in the hallway as well as the pattern in the carpet. And over to their left again was a natural light window, so as they were walking toward me, I waited till they were right at that window, so the light was coming in from the side. So this picture was, I did use the flash, 1/100th of a second, ISO 640 again. This one I used my 2470 lens at 50 millimeters. Okay, next. Oh, this was before the ceremony. This is a picture of her engagement ring, and what I did was, her wedding gown was very important to her, and the first gown that came in, or the first gown she ordered, didn't come in on time. So she was really upset about that, but a few days before the wedding, she went dress shopping and found one she was even more happy with, and she especially liked the beading at the top. So this picture, I shot the ring, I laid the dress down on the bed next to the open window again, and put the ring on top of the beaded part of the gown that she especially liked. And let's see, it was taken with a flash, 1/125th of a second, 1/125th of a second, f2.8, ISO 200, and I took it with my 2470. Focal length was 70 millimeters. And I like the bokeh I ended up getting just from the crystals and the beadings that were on the gown. So that's one of my favorite ring pictures. Okay, the next two, after the ceremony, we went outside to take the portraits, and there was a peacock. Wherever the reception was, there's this peacock that wanders the land. And I've never had an opportunity to see nor photograph a peacock. And they were just so vibrant. It was so vibrant. Let me see, peacock number 1 picture, which is this one that I'm wiggling. ISO 100, 160th of a second. F-stop was 5.6. I used my 70 to 300 millimeter. Focal length was 300 millimeter. F-stop was 5.6. I'm sorry, the focal length was 210. No, that's the second peacock. This focal length was 300 millimeters. Sorry. And you know what? With these, I tried to burn out the white because I didn't want it to take away from the vibrance of the peacock, but it was so blown out, that white area, that I don't know, maybe I should have cloned trees over it, but it is what it is. That's what was there. I definitely want to clone out those peacock poops on the ground. Anyway, so this one is peacock number 2, same peacock, different composition. He started walking across the bench because I had one of the maids of honor walk around to try to get him to move. I was wishing he, would expand his feathers, but he didn't. But I got a nice profile. This one was focal length 210 with my 70 to 300, 1/200th of a second with f-stop 5.6. Okay, so that's it for my 5 weekend photos. Thanks for listening.